Okay, what we'll do is we'll like take it in turns.
Oh my
So like,
good God.
we'll go you first. Okay, so we'll just come in. Dan, oh, do you know what it is, or do you want me to introduce it?
No, you can introduce it.
Okay, so this is the functional tennis SABRE. In my opinion, this is the ultimate warm-up tool. So I've been hustling these off players, like hitting with them for quite a while, and I've finally got my own. So big thank you to Functional Tennis, by the way. So I'll just go through the specs. I'm going to have to read them because I obviously can't remember. I get these things wrong all the time. Specs, yeah, I don't even know where the specs are. Oh, there they are.
I've seen the racket 5 minutes. I know where they are.
Yeah, I have no idea. So it's what is that? The head size is 37 square inch. I mean, put it in perspective. This is 98 square inch head. So it's like hitting it with a teaspoon.
Table tennis bat.
Yes, literally a table tennis bat.
Table tennis bat.
It is 300 grams in weight, and it is a 12 by 12 string pattern. God knows what they're strung at, probably about 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And it has got a head prime tour grip on it, and we're going to put it in the hands of a very capable Mr. Dan
Used
Cox.
to be capable.
Recently retired, I'll just throw that in there.
I don't think I've ever sort of like had like an air shot before, so this could be the first.
Yeah, it's the only racket that it's possible to do with. Here we go. Oh yeah.
Oh, good length. Oh yeah, there we go. I'll get there in a minute. This might need a few warm-ups.
Sorry, I'm not making this easy for you. I'm hitting like so much spin.
It's actually really good for your concentration.
What do you feel like this is going to give players?
I think just making sure that you've got the right distance and the timing of the ball is just really important to focus.
Yeah.
Focus on really. I mean, felt a lot easier on my backhand there, but really interesting to play with though. It really does make you concentrate. Make sure you're in the right space.
I mean, you know, before you pick this up, I was going to ask you if you wanted to take me on in a tie break with it. But watching how well you play with it, I don't think my ego is going to be able to take it.
I'm actually really surprised on my contacts, really. Again, but I'm still having to concentrate twice as hard.
You're timing it better than me, and I'm using the bloody 98.
I think it really teaches you, though, that how important the contact point is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you've absolutely battered that Functional Tennis logo there. Clean out the middle.
That's really strange. I never thought I was going to hit like that.
Yeah, well, look, just put it up against the racket so my camera woman can just speed up a little bit.
I mean, that's like, you know, just hitting with just a sweet spot.
Yeah,
if you're hitting anything outside the sweet spot. So I think for sort of, especially at the beginning of a session, just to kind of get your eye in, I think actually it's a really good tool to have.
Yeah, I mean, would you say even like a training tool as well? I know that players weight them up and they put their own strings in and like they weight them to the balance of their, you know, you see Wawrinka with it. You know, he was using I'm pretty sure his was like 300 or 400 grams.
Yeah, I think
like
it's a really good idea. Obviously, I wouldn't suggest playing the whole session with it. But
you should turn up to a match with 6 of those in your bag.
Well, either that or your brain will be completely fried from concentrating too hard. But yeah. I think it's a really good tool, especially maybe if you're not feeling so confident and it really gives you that focus and trying to get the contact of the ball right. I think for me, I would have liked to use this probably the first sort of 5-10 minutes of playing, so that then you kind of really getting your eye in, really zoning in, and then how much easier it would be then to then go to your normal racket. I think again, if I was, you know, a young junior or coaching young juniors, I think it would be another useful tool for me for them to play with for the first 5 minutes of the session. And also, it's quite a cool little thing. I think it's something that juniors would quite like to play with. It's a bit more.
It's something new, isn't
something
it?
different.
Like, yeah, it's just like keep your practice, because you can be on court for 4 hours a day. You know, if you're an aspiring professional or you know you want to get better, like, you know, you can be on court like 2-3 hours a day. It's something that you can just pick up, and you know, it's like, you know, how many times can I middle this in, you know, a minute or whatever. Like, you can do loads of different drills with them. I've seen you know players do all sorts.
Yeah, I think it's a good, useful little tool, especially, you know, growing up. I think you know, it would have been quite useful to have.
Didn't you play with a wooden spoon? I'm pretty sure you did play. There's an old version of that which is like a wooden spoon. I'm pretty sure you.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. I try not to remember that. I don't remember that far back. I'm getting a bit old now, so.
What was it, like 25 years ago?
Probably played with a frying pan or something like that. But it was interesting to hit with that. I didn't really think that I was going to be able to continue rallies like I did with that. But it just shows you, you know, I was always quite a good ball striker, and you know, I really had good contact on the ball. So I guess I still got it a little bit. But no, how did you feel with it? Have you played with it?
I've only hit with it a few times on other. This will be the first time I've actually hit with my own sabre. Like I've been, you know, stealing everyone else's and just hitting with it for 5-10 minutes. So yeah, I think we're all ready for a good laugh. So I think it's time we switch and we'll find out how good I am with this thing.
Oh yeah, do you want your thingy?
No, it's okay. Honestly, I don't think that's gonna help me out. Oh God. I'm going to try and play with it like full out. Oh God. Sorry, that hit the duct tape. Can we just get the duct tape on the video just so just so that wasn't me? Just slid right off there. Definitely wasn't my contact.
Just my speed and my shots.
Yeah. Hey. Hey. Ah.
Sorry, this racket's so powerful.
Yeah. That racket, the gravity, it's quite literally out of this world. I don't feel too bad with this, you know. Like,
you could have fooled me.
I mean, I used to play with a 90, so it's not far off.
Yeah, that's true. That's not far off.
Oh yeah. Literally putting everything I've got into this. It's going nowhere. So good though for like.
I think it's really good, especially for getting in the right place with your feet.
Yeah.
You have to be in the right place, you know, otherwise you just don't time it at all. And I think that's where, you know, not only the contact point, but especially for your body to make sure you get in the right place. I think it's such a useful tool.
Also like left hand as well. Like I feel like I'm using my left hand more because I'm always like trying to catch the ball onto the string a little bit. So it's like.
But how did you feel like with your concentration? Did you feel like you have to really like focus?
I'm sweating.
No, that's the thing.
I don't want to embarrass
I mean,
myself.
It doesn't take me much to get a headache these days. For actually zoning in.
Yeah, you need a coffee in a minute.
Yeah,
actually,
we probably do need a coffee. Yeah.
Should we go again? Should we go a few more and then we'll do the gravity?
Hi.
How am I feeling? Feeling fantastic that I've got my week's worth of content in one session. Vamos! Here we go. Right.
Literally cannot keep the ball down.
What's that?
With this racket. With this racket, I can't keep it down.
Really? Oh. We'll just wrap it up. So, yeah, if we can summarize this in like a few bullet points, what are you thinking? Like, you know, benefits, players it would
again,
suit?
I think the benefits of it are for a great range of people. Obviously, I probably wouldn't advise, you know, if you're maybe a beginner, but if you're, you know, maybe intermediate, is probably something that you want to kind of focus on your timing a little bit more, making sure that you moving your feet in the right positions and having the right space. I think it's a great tool, especially for, I think, the young juniors as well. I think it's a useful tool for them to have, and it's something different. It keeps things very interesting for them, you know, because again, sometimes tennis can be a little bit, you know, the same thing all the time, and I think it's just something that will help with. Yeah,
it's very funny you say that because like I was at the NTC National Tennis Centre in London last week, and there were a load of pros there, like, you know, guys who were like, you know, Probably, well, a lot of them you've beaten. So it's not that impressive for you, but like impressive for the people at home. Like there were a lot of pros there, and they were, coming up to the bench that I was on. I had loads of rackets. I was doing some testing, and that was the thing that they picked up the most. They were like intrigued, and they wanted to hit with it. They weren't really that fussed about other rackets, and I know they're in contracts and things like that, but they wanted to hit with that. And I got a few guys who wanted to be on the court like 15 minutes just hitting with that, and I was like, I'm trying to get on with my training, and they loved it. And
I don't know how much these things retail for, but I mean they're. I mean, I don't know whether they would they be more than a.
I think they're about 130. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
similar price to a
I think it's
racket,
a useful tool, and again, I think it's something that even if you use for 5 minutes at the start of every session, just to get your eye in.
I think if you're going to invest in things like warm-up bands and like things like that are going to get you warm, and like nutrition and things like that, like why wouldn't you invest in something that is like a tool that is going to improve your focus, improve your timing,
and it actually swings
technique.
like a normal racket as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm amazed with.
I was really shocked at that because I didn't think that it would feel anywhere near like a racket.
And it's weird because you think at the start, like, well, I definitely thought at the start when I started using them that you have to like almost like try and slow your swing down and guarantee it, but actually it favours you to accelerate.
Yeah, to swing properly
and actually
to
commit. So it's
to
good
the
for
shot.
that as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. No, but I think overall, if you have the budget to do it, and I would definitely invest in one. And I think again, I'm already interested in one now, and I'm probably thinking about buying one. So yeah, an interesting.
It's yours for 150.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, interesting little tool.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you very much for hitting some of that. Appreciate it, man. Awesome.